Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Start a Small Garden. This is Madonna. Today I'm going to show you how to grow cucumber at home in pots, container, or even in a bag. So let's get started. I have started my cucumber plant from seed, and this is a Cucumber Spacemaster. I highly recommend this variety of cucumber for a gardener that has small space or love to do container gardening. I planted my cucumber in the first week of April, so almost it's like in the mid-spring. And the cucumber loves sunny or full sun, so it helps if you place your cucumber plants in an area that receives at least 6 to 8 hours of sun. For the soil, cucumber likes fertile and well draining rich soil. I amended my soil with compost and sand or cow manure, and I add some mulch or chop leaves on the top. I suggest to make your soil fertile or rich before you start planting your cucumber, because it helps them to have a good fertile soil before they start growing. And for the trellis, I use a 3 garden metal stick around and curl up with a garden wire or a garden training wire. I highly recommend to put trellis to your cucumber plant so that the fruits will not have any contact with the soil, because not only it bring airflow to your cucumber plants, it also prevents pests and disease when it's not a contact with soil. You can also use garden strings or bamboo stakes if you have, and you use whatever available to you right now. For watering, during hot weather, I water my cucumber plants twice a day, but please don't overwater them because it can cause a root rot for your cucumbers and may drown your plant. Just like with bottle gourds or squashes, cucumber leaves wilt when they need water. So make sure you water your cucumber plants regularly, because I noticed that when I do not water them regularly, your cucumber plant gets stressed as well. So when they're stressed, their fruit becomes bitter. Have you tried eating bitter cucumbers before? I hope not. It's just a reminder. So for fertilizer, aside from cow manure, you can use eggshells, worm castings, tomato granular food. I highly recommend the Job's organic tomato fertilizer. You can always add some side dressing on your cucumber plant when it needs to. You can feed them every 2 weeks. Of a general purpose fertilizer are rich in potassium, like with tomatoes. Liquid fertilizer, or when the fruit starts to come out or develop or form, that's the time it needs to fertilize. For pollination for cucumbers, this will increase your yields or harvest. All you have to do is find a male and female flowers. So here is one of a male flower. You can see it's a male flower because it doesn't have a immature fruit at the bottom. So I'm going to pluck this male flower. So this is a male flower, and then what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to remove the outer petals so it's easier for me to pollinate it. So let's remove the petal. So here it is. So we're going to transfer the pollen. So this is a female flower. We're going to dab or gently rub the pollen to the female flower. You can see a female flower has a fruit or immature fruit at the bottom. So just gently dab or transfer the pollen of male flower to female flowers. Now let's go to pruning, which is very important. Pruning your cucumber is very important, and that also it aids airflow. It also helps your cucumber to produce more fruits. So what I do is that I trim and remove some growing tips, and you will notice a lot of developing vines like shoots or young stems. You can cut them out the tip or the whole vine if you find it too many already, to divert the cucumber plant from producing lots of vines or leaves to producing more fruit for you. And if you notice some yellow leaves, you can remove it as well, because it's a sign that the cucumber plants doesn't need it anymore, and it's okay to remove. For harvesting, which is the exciting part of growing cucumbers, so this is my first time growing Cucumber Spacemaster, and I love the dark green fleshy fruit it produces. The bigger your pot, container, or bags, fabric bags, the better your harvest. I recommend to cut your cucumber with scissors than just pulling it from the vines, because you may break the whole vines. So you could also twist it around. It just take a little bit time. If you're patient, you can try to. So for pest and disease control for a cucumber, since cucumber is very susceptible to aphids and pests like snails, slugs, and beetles, and also they do develop like cucumber mosaic virus, you will notice their leaves starts to become like yellowish and kind of like turn brown or like deform. It's important to visit your cucumber regularly, and they do develop disease like cucumber powdery mildew, especially when you don't trim the leaves and let it sprawl around with other vining vegetables. It can cause that disease also. So what I did is that I scattered some metallic foil. You don't need a very thick one, just around the vines or the metal trellis, and then I plant my cucumber with marigold. So the reason why I planted with marigold, because marigold does repel some pests and disease, but keep in mind that marigold do grow as well, and sometimes it can take over the pot or the neighboring plants. So make sure that the pot that you plant your cucumber can accommodate the marigold or the growing marigold as well, because they can have competition over the nutrients and the soil, sunlight, and the air flow around it. So just keep that in mind. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching, and that's how you grow cucumber at home in pots, containers, or bags, and you can even grow it in a raised bed garden. And I hope you will have success in growing your crunchy cucumbers. So just give them enough sun, water, fertile soil, and good amount of fertilizer every 2 weeks, and you'll be harvesting soon your very own cucumber as well. So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe and so you don't miss any videos in the future. So have a great day, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!